rise your standards. Success is not something you stumble upon, it's something you build brick by brick, choice by choice. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm not here to tell you what you can do, I'm here to remind you of what you can do. To be the best, you have to think like the best, train like the best, and demand the best from yourself every single day. The truth is, the world doesn't owe you success. Nobody is going to hand you your dreams. It's you against the excuses, the doubts, the fears. And the only way to win that battle is to rise your standards. When I started my journey, I didn't have it all. I didn't have the fame, the trophies, or the money. But I had a dream, and more importantly, I had the discipline to chase it. I told myself, Cristiano, you will not settle for mediocrity. You will not accept anything less than greatness. Rising your standards is about expecting more from yourself, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard, it's about saying, I will push past my limits because I refuse to live an ordinary life. People will tell you that your dreams are too big, that you should aim smaller, that you should be realistic. But remember, their limits are not your limits. Don't let their doubts define your future. Success is not just about talent, it's about hunger, sacrifice, and discipline. You don't wake up a champion, you earn that title every single day. And you do it by setting standards so high that others can't even see them. So, my challenge to you is simple: raise your standards. Expect more from yourself. The foundation of greatness is a mindset that never settles. Too many people live their lives under the shadow of self-doubt, convincing themselves they've done enough when deep inside they know they're capable of so much more. The truth is, there's always another level to reach, another peak to conquer, another record to break. You must demand more from yourself because no one else will. It's easy to celebrate the small wins, to stop and bask in the glory of minor achievements, but to rise your standards, you must treat every milestone as a step, not a finish line. Keep moving forward, keep chasing, keep building. The world respects effort, not excuses. If you're not willing to expect more, then you're choosing to stay average. And average has no place in the hearts of those who dream of greatness. Look in the mirror every day and ask yourself, am I doing enough? If the answer isn't a resounding yes, then it's time to step up. You are your biggest critic and your strongest motivator. Learn to expect from yourself what others can't even imagine. Your potential is limitless, but only if you're brave enough to challenge it. When you face setbacks, and you will remind yourself that these are not reasons to stop, they're reasons to fight harder. Expecting more means embracing the grind, the pain, the sacrifice, because you know that's where success is born. Remember, life will only give you what you're willing to fight for. If you want extraordinary results, you must put in extraordinary effort. It's not about talent alone, it's about hunger, about a refusal to accept mediocrity. Expecting more from yourself is a daily decision. It's choosing to wake up earlier, train harder, focus sharper, and dream bigger. It's about going beyond what's required and doing what's extraordinary. People will doubt you, but they don't see what you're capable of. They don't feel your fire, your hunger, your drive, but you do. Let that drive guide you. Every time you take a step forward, remind yourself why you started. Let that reason push you to expect even more. You weren't put here to be average, you were put here to leave a mark. Some days will be harder than others, and on those days you need to dig deeper. Remember, it's not the easy days that define you, it's the hard ones. That's when you prove to yourself that you're not like the rest. The path to greatness is lonely because not everyone can keep up. Expecting more from yourself means standing alone at times, but the reward is worth it. You're building a legacy, a name, a story that will inspire others. Don't wait for permission. Don't seek validation. The only person who needs to believe in you is you. And when you raise your standards, the world will follow. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fuel that keeps the fire burning. Too many people wait to feel inspired before they take action. But feelings are fleeting, unreliable. Discipline, on the other hand, is a choice, a habit, a way of life. Greatness doesn't come from doing what you feel like, it comes from doing what you must, even when you don't want to. Discipline is waking up early when your body begs for more sleep. It's staying focused when distractions are everywhere. Motivation might get you started, but it's discipline that sees you through the finish line. Those who rely only on motivation fade when the initial excitement wears off. But those who are disciplined keep going, keep pushing, keep grinding, because they know the reward is worth it. Discipline is about commitment to your goals, no matter what stands in your way. It's not about how you feel in the moment, it's about staying true to the vision you've set for yourself. Success is not negotiable, and neither is the work required to achieve it. Training your mind to embrace discipline is just as important as training your body or skills. Your mind controls your actions, and discipline strengthens that control. It tells you, keep going even when your body says stop. Discipline doesn't mean perfection, it means consistency. It's about showing up day after day, doing the work, and trusting the process. Even when progress feels slow, discipline ensures that progress never stops. There will be days when everything feels like a struggle, when the weight of your dreams feels too heavy. But discipline teaches you to carry that weight step by step on step until it becomes lighter. In every success story, discipline is the common thread. Talent can open doors, but discipline ensures you walk through them. It's the quiet, steady force that separates those who dream from those who achieve. When you're disciplined, excuses lose their power. You stop saying, I can't, and start saying, I will. Discipline doesn't wait for the perfect moment, it creates it. It's not about grand gestures, it's about the small, consistent actions that compound over time. Every disciplined choice builds momentum, builds confidence, builds strength. The beauty of discipline is that it becomes a habit, and once it's a habit, it becomes part of who you are. You no longer think about doing the hard things, you just do them. Discipline gives you freedom. It frees you from regrets, from missed opportunities, from the pain of not trying. When you're disciplined, you live with purpose, with clarity, with power. The road to success is paved with sacrifice, and discipline is the vehicle that gets you there. It's not always glamorous, but it's always worth it. When others give up, discipline keeps you moving. It's your edge, your advantage, your secret weapon. Let it guide you, and there's no limit to what you can achieve. Embrace the grind. The grind is not something to avoid, it's something to embrace. It's in the grind where you find out who you really are. The long hours, the sacrifices, the moments when no one is watching, these are the times that define you. Greatness isn't achieved in the spotlight, it's forged in the shadows, where the work is unseen and the struggles are constant. Every champion, every record breaker, every legend has lived through the grind. It's not glamorous, it's not easy, and it's never quick. But the grind separates the dreamers from the doers. It's where ordinary people transform into extraordinary forces. Embracing the grind means understanding that success has no shortcuts. People often look for the easy way out, hoping to bypass the hard work. But there is no fast track to greatness. If you want to rise, you must be willing to crawl, climb, and claw your way to the top. The grind is your teacher. It will test your patience, challenge your will, and push you to the edge. But it's in those moments of struggle that you grow stronger. Each failure, each setback, each tough day is a lesson, a step forward in your journey. To embrace the grind is to accept that pain is part of the process. Nothing worth having comes without effort, without sweat, without sacrifice. The grind doesn't care about your excuses, it only rewards those who show up and give everything. There will be days when you feel like quitting, when the mountain seems too high to climb. But remember, the grind isn't there to break you, it's there to build you. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. Keep moving. When you embrace the grind, you learn to love the journey, not just the destination. It's not about waiting for the reward, it's about finding fulfillment in the work itself. That's where true greatness lies, in the process, not just the result. The grind is lonely. Not everyone will understand your dedication, your sacrifices, or your relentless drive. But that's okay. You're not doing this for them, you're doing it for you, for your vision, for your future. When you embrace the grind, you stop fearing failure. You understand that failure is not the end, it's part of the journey. Every mistake, every misstep is a chance to learn, to adapt, to improve. The grind doesn't give you results immediately. It demands patience, persistence, and unwavering faith in your abilities. Trust the process even when it feels like nothing is happening. Progress is being made even if you can't see it yet. The grind is your commitment to yourself. It's a promise that you will keep going, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how long it takes. It's your refusal to settle for anything less than your best. Let your actions speak. Talk is cheap. In a world full of words, let your actions be what define you. People will always have opinions, but their opinions don't matter. What matters is what you do, what you achieve, and how you prove your worth through your work. Letting your actions speak means focusing less on convincing others and more on showing them. Success doesn't need validation, it needs results. Every time you step into your arena, whether it's the field, the boardroom, or the gym, let your performance do the talking. Too many people spend their energy explaining their dreams, defending their goals, or seeking approval, But the truth is, success doesn't come from words, it comes from relentless action. Save your energy for the work, not the explanations. When you let your actions speak, you become undeniable. Critics can doubt your words, but they can't argue with results. Let them see your dedication, your persistence, and your achievements. They'll have no choice but to respect it. Actions build credibility. When you consistently show up, deliver, and improve, you establish a reputation that no one can question. People trust what they see, not what they hear. Show them what you're capable of.
Letting your actions speak doesn't mean staying silent, it means choosing your moments wisely. Speak when it matters, when it's impactful, when it aligns with what you're building. Otherwise, let your work speak louder than any words ever could.
The world is full of doubters, but you don't owe them explanations. You owe yourself effort, focus, and excellence. When you let your actions speak, you silence the noise, the negativity, and the doubts. People may underestimate you, but that's their mistake, not yours. Use their doubt as fuel, not as a burden. Prove them wrong through your actions, not your arguments. Letting your actions speak means leading by example. Be the one who shows up early, works harder, and stays longer. Inspire others not through your words, but through your commitment. Don't waste time justifying your dreams. Instead, invest that time in making them real. Let your results be the answer to every question, every doubt, every challenge. The best way to make a statement is through success. Achieve so much that the world can't ignore you. Let your actions leave a legacy that words never could. So every day, focus on what you're doing, not what you're saying. Let your efforts speak volumes, let your results inspire others, and let your legacy be built on action, not talk. Turn setbacks into fuel. Setbacks are not the end of the road, they are detours that strengthen you for the journey ahead. Every champion, every person who has achieved greatness has faced failures, losses, and disappointments. What sets them apart is not avoiding setbacks, but using them as fuel for their fire. The truth is, setbacks are inevitable. Life will test you in ways you can't predict. It's not a question of if they will happen, it's a question of how you will respond. When you face a challenge, you have two choices: let it defeat you or let it motivate you to come back stronger. Setbacks are not failures, they are lessons. They show you where you need to improve, where you need to adapt, and where you need to adapt, and where you need to grow. Without setbacks, there is no growth, no progress, no greatness. When you turn setbacks into fuel, you shift your perspective. Instead of seeing obstacles as problems, you see them as opportunities. You use the pain, the frustration, the disappointment to drive you forward, to push you harder, to prove to yourself what you're capable of. The greatest success stories are born out of the hardest struggles. Every time you fall, every time you fail, you're being prepared for something greater. Embrace the setback, analyze it, and use it to sharpen your focus and refine your skills. Setbacks build resilience. They teach you how to handle pressure, how to stay composed when things go wrong, and how to keep moving forward no matter what. Resilience is the muscle of success, and setbacks are the weight that strengthens it. When people doubt you because of a setback, let that doubt fuel your determination. Use their skepticism as motivation to rise above, to prove them wrong not through words but through actions. A setback is not the end of the story, it's the beginning of a comeback. The best comebacks are written by those who refuse to give up, who refuse to settle, and who refuse to let one moment define their future. It's easy to feel defeated when things don't go your way, but remember, the road to greatness is not smooth, it's full of bumps, twists, and turns. Those who succeed are the ones who embrace the challenge and keep driving forward. Every setback is a reminder that you're human, that you're pushing your limits, that you're aiming high. The only people who don't face setbacks are the ones who don't try. Be proud of your efforts, even when they don't immediately succeed. Setbacks force you to dig deeper, to find strength you didn't know you had. They push you to work harder, think smarter, and grow faster. They are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones to greatness. When you look back on your journey, it won't be the easy moments that define you. It will be the challenges, the setbacks, and how you overcame them. That's where true character is built. Use every setback as an opportunity to reflect, to recalibrate, and to refocus. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to improve? What's my next move? Setbacks are temporary, the lessons they teach are permanent. Don't dwell on what went wrong. Instead, channel your energy into what you can do next. Keep moving forward, one step at a time. Focus on the process, not just the result. The process is where the magic happens. It's in the daily grind, the repetitive tasks, the consistent effort where greatness is built. The result is simply the reward for all the work you've put in along the way. Focusing on the process means being present in every moment. It's about giving your full effort to every training session, every meeting, every step of the journey. Success doesn't happen overnight, it happens in the small daily victories. When you focus on the process, you take control. You can't always control the outcome, but you can control your preparation, your effort, and your attitude. Success is not guaranteed, but giving your best always is. The process teaches you discipline. It forces you to show up, even on the days when you don't feel like it. It builds habits that lead to consistency, and consistency is the foundation of success. It's easy to dream about the results, to picture the trophy, the recognition, the reward, but dreaming alone won't get you there. Only the process will. Falling in love with the work is what separates the great from the good. When you focus solely on the result, you risk losing sight of what truly matters: the growth, the lessons, and the journey. The process is where you learn, where you improve, where you become the person capable of achieving the result. By focusing on the process, you develop resilience. The ups and downs don't deter you because your focus is on the work, not the outcome. You understand that setbacks are just part of the journey. The process humbles you. It reminds you that success is earned, not given. It teaches you to respect the effort, the sacrifices, and the commitment it takes to achieve greatness. When you embrace the process, you find joy in the work itself. You stop chasing the result and start enjoying the journey. That's when true success begins, when the work becomes its own reward. Focusing on the process keeps you grounded. It prevents you from getting lost in distractions or shortcuts. It reminds you that the only way to achieve lasting success is through hard work and perseverance. When you look at the greatest achievers in any field, you'll notice one thing: they all love the process. They don't just work hard because they have to, they work hard because they want to. So commit to the process. Give your best every single day, not because you're chasing a result, but because you're building a legacy. The results will come when you master the process. Never settle for mediocrity. Settling for mediocrity means accepting less than what you're capable of. It means looking at the challenge ahead and deciding it's too hard, too big, too far out of reach. But greatness was never achieved by those who took the easy road. It's reserved for those who push beyond their limits. The problem with mediocrity is that it disguises itself as enough. It tells you that you've done okay, that you've worked hard enough, that you've achieved more than others. But enough is the enemy of great. To rise your standards, you have to aim higher, even when it feels like you've already done a lot. When you settle for mediocrity, you're not just limiting your potential, you're limiting your future. You're choosing comfort over growth, stability over progress. But comfort doesn't build champions, discomfort does. Refusing to settle for mediocrity means setting goals so high they scare you. It means chasing dreams so big they seem impossible. It's about daring to believe that you can achieve more, that you can become more, no matter where you are now. The world is full of people who accept mediocrity as their standard. But you're not one of them. You're not here to blend in or to be average. You're here to stand out, to shine, to lead. That means doing what others want, going where others can't, and striving for what others think is impossible. Never settling for mediocrity means committing to excellence in everything you do. Whether it's the smallest task or the biggest challenge, give it your all. Excellence is not about being perfect. It's about doing your best every single time, no matter the circumstances. People will try to pull you back to mediocrity. They'll tell you to slow down, to stop pushing so hard, to be satisfied with what you've achieved. But their standards are not your standards. You know what you're capable of, and it's far more than they can imagine. Refusing to settle means embracing challenges as opportunities. It means seeing obstacles as a way to grow, to learn, to become stronger. Every time you push past mediocrity, you're not just achieving more, you're becoming more. Never settling for mediocrity is about accountability. It's about holding yourself to a higher standard, even when no one is watching. It's about pushing yourself harder than anyone else would dare to push you. The truth is, mediocrity is a choice. It's easy, it's tempting, but it's not for you. You were born to do more, to be more, to achieve more. Don't let the comfort of mediocrity rob you of the greatness that's waiting for you. So rise your standards. Refuse to settle. Demand excellence from yourself in everything you do, because you are capable of extraordinary things, and the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the decision to never settle for less than your best. Rise your standards. Rising your standards is not just a mindset, it's a way of life. It's the commitment to live each day with purpose, excellence, and a relentless drive to push past your limits. It's about deciding that mediocrity is no longer acceptable that excuses will no longer define you, and that every moment presents an opportunity to be better than you were yesterday. The journey to greatness begins with a decision. That decision is not about where you are now, but about where you want to go and who you want to become. It's a declaration to yourself and to the world that you will not settle, that you will not stop, and that you will do whatever it takes to achieve your dreams. This decision ignites a fire within a fire that cannot be extinguished by setbacks, criticism, or fear. When you raise your standards, you transform your thinking. You stop making excuses and start taking responsibility for your life. Excuses are the language of mediocrity, and they serve no purpose in the pursuit of excellence. To rise, you must own every aspect of your journey, the triumphs and the failures. Blaming others or external circumstances only weakens your resolve. True power lies in accepting that your success is in your hands, built on your choices, and forged by your actions. One of the most powerful truths about raising your standards is that it requires a relentless commitment to growth. Growth does not come from staying in your comfort zone, it comes from embracing challenges, taking risks, and constantly striving to improve. Growth is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. When you push past your limits, you discover a version of yourself you didn't know existed, a stronger, smarter, more capable version. Setbacks are inevitable, but they are not the end. They are opportunities in disguise, lessons waiting to be learned, and stepping stones to greater achievements. The path to greatness is not linear, it's filled with detours, obstacles, and failures. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is their ability to turn setbacks into fuel. Use every loss as a lesson, every failure as a foundation, and every disappointment as determination to come back stronger. Rising your standards also means embracing the grind. The grind is where champions are made. It's in the early mornings, the late nights, and the hours of unseen work that success is born. It's not glamorous, and it's not easy, but it's necessary. The grind teaches you resilience, builds your character, and prepares you for the moment when your hard work pays off. Let your actions speak louder than your words. In a world full of noise, it's easy to get caught up in talking about your dreams instead of working on them. But words alone don't build empires, actions do. Focus on doing the work, staying consistent, and delivering results. Let your achievements be your response to doubts and criticism. Success is not an overnight event, it's the result of countless hours of dedication to the process. When you focus on the process instead of the outcome, you learn to value every step of the journey. You understand that greatness is built brick by brick, day by day. But the process humbles you, teaches you patience, and instills in you the discipline to keep moving forward even when progress feels slow. Above all, refuse to settle for mediocrity. Mediocrity is the enemy of greatness. It's the temptation to accept good enough instead of striving for excellence. But settling for mediocrity means robbing yourself of your potential, your dreams, and your purpose. You were not made to live an average life, you were made to rise, to achieve, and to inspire.